Brad Biggs is the football man of the Chicago Tribune, a long-time contributor to the program and a valued friend. And he joins us now on the Score Hotline, Signature Bank Hotline, making commercial banking personal. You got to love Signature Bank, and you got to love Biggs time. Biggsy!
Morning, Brad.
Morning, boys. What's going on?
Well, there is a game tonight, and I believe the Bears are featured in it. And I'm not sure if you're following it closely, but it'll be played in New England. So you should get to the airport if you're not sitting in a hotel room.
Yeah. Tell you what, guys, it is a gray morning in the New England region this morning. It is rainy, overcast. It's not too cool, but there could be rain in the forecast this evening for the game at Gillette Stadium.
Perfect. Isn't that perfect for the Bears? As fluky as possible. You have to have the conditions favor you. You want something unexpected to happen. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Right?
Okay. I think you're grasping there, Dave, but maybe you're onto something.
He's grasping. Look, we know what Bill Belichick does, and it's been described as making you play left-handed, taking away the best element of what you do. And I think it's fascinating to think about a couple of things. Where's he going to attack the offense? Where's the pass rush coming from? Is there a pass rush? Is he going to be kind of mush rush? Does he want Justin Fields in the pocket throwing the ball? Is he going to use a spy? I'm just very curious to see how he breaks down the various weapons of the running game, which I'm sure he's going to try to stop.
Yeah, I would imagine their first goal or one of their first goals is to stop the run. Now, the Patriots before last week against Cleveland, when they did a really nice job against Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, had troubles stopping the run this season. They were very good with the run defense a week ago, and that brought them all the way up to tied for 19th in the league in run defense, allowing 119 yards per game. They're 24th in yards per attempt at 4.7. So previous opponents have found success on the ground against the Patriots, and you would think that with the idea of making the Bears play left-handed, it would be stop the run and force Justin Fields and Luke Getsy to consider a second and long, third and long situations where the Bears could have some issues, and that New England secondary, guys, fourth in the NFL in terms of completion percentage allowed, just under 59%. So they've been stingy in that regard as well, and we all know that the Bears and Fields have had issues with the completion percentage, the easy passes that either they haven't connected on or they've passed on, and Justin is going to have to hit those tonight, in my estimation.
So, Brad, Richard Hightower, the special teams coordinator, faced questions on Friday afternoon, I believe it was, and he talked about this punt returner competition all week. He didn't disqualify Velus Jones from that possibility. He said Dante Pettis. He mentioned some other guys, Josh Blackwell. The most intriguing possibility to me, and this is what I would do. I'd say Eddie Jackson, go deep. Raise your wave your hand, catch every punt, fair catch every punt. Why are you stopping me again? Don't you like any of my ideas today? Look, Eddie Jackson is sure-handed. Catch the punt, secure the football, get the possession. Don't worry about returning it even 1 yard. Why not? Why not? Why is that a bad idea?
Why even have anyone back to catch it? Let the ball bounce wherever it bounces.
Because it
go for the block.
Yeah, there you go.
Because
block every punt.
You could, if you catch,
climb every mountain.
If you let that happen, it could bounce inside the 10. It could bounce into bad field position. Just make fair catches and make secure catches. That's what you're missing.
Yeah, I think Velus Jones needs a trip to timeout as a punt returner, and he's going to have to work on the side for a while. And my guess is Dante Pettis, or perhaps they elevate Simba Webster from the practice squad for this game. He returned some punts for them last season. It's a job he had, I believe it was in 2020 with the LA Rams. And so Hightower's gotten a good look at what he can do from their time together in the NFC West. So that's my guess. I don't think they put Eddie back there. You certainly don't want to get Eddie Jackson hurt. Eddie's been one of the bright spots in this season to this point.
Okay. Look, we should let everyone know that that Brad is this segment with Brad Biggs brought to you by global biotech company Horizon Therapeutics, where science and compassion work together to transform lives. And Brad, you wrote about the offensive line, and you wrote about the changes that are coming and what you expect to see. There are changes. We know that, I agree with the idea that the punt returner has to sit down. Who else will be sitting down, and what are you expecting to happen on the offensive line?
I think what you're going to have happen is Lucas Patrick moves to center. Michael Schofield likely lines up at left guard, and that would send Sam Mustipher to the bench. Lucas Patrick hasn't played well at right guard or left guard this season. Mustipher needs to be better. One move, in my opinion, isn't going to solve issues on this offensive line. They've done a remarkable job of taking turns making errors up front, right? Like getting beat across the board one by one. So I don't think one move here improves things. And to me, the concerning thing here is that Lucas Patrick is the guy that they identified, right? Now, you obviously weren't expecting incredible things from him because we talk about it time and time again. What do you base your expectations on? Well, it's draft status or size of the contract. An $8 million 2-year contract for Lucas Patrick. So you got a veteran coming in that's going to earn $4 million a year, but he's played like, an $800,000 a year player to this point. So that's concerning to me because that was the evaluation that was made. Let's go sign this guy. He can help us out. Hopefully, he's better lining up at center, but we'll have to see. And clearly we'll need more than 4 quarters of action against the Patriots tonight to really form a strong opinion. But I think that's what's going to happen tonight. And then we could see more changes throughout the year. Obviously, Cody Whitehair will be back in there when he's back from the right knee injury. Maybe they want to look at Alex Leatherwood at some point. They won't be establishing a lot of continuity on this offensive line, but hopefully they can find some answers before the end of the season as they look ahead to 2023.
So regardless of what the Patriots do defensively against Justin Fields and the Bears offense, what do you expect the run-pass ratio to be tonight, and how many passes do you think Justin Fields throws?
Yeah, they've got to be able to be balanced. If you're not balanced against Bill Belichick, good luck. I don't care how good his players are. He'll get after you. So I think they need to be balanced. They've got to be better in the red zone. They have if they get down in scoring range, they've got to get in the end zone. Guys, they've got 9 touchdowns this season. The Bears do. This is week 7. They've got 9. 3 of them came in the opener against the 49ers. So they need to convert in the red zone. And really, these teams are mirror images when you consider that. The Bears are 28th in the red zone. New England's worse. The Patriots are 29th in the red zone, although you wouldn't know it by just looking at the points scored the last 4 weeks for New England: 26, 24, 29, and 38 points scored.
We've seen Justin Fields dominate guys from his draft class. He's already beaten Trey Lance. He's already beaten Davis Mills. Is Mac Jones the latest name to add to that list?
It's going to be real interesting to see who starts tonight, isn't it? I can't pretend to have a great idea of what kind of decision Bill Belichick's going to make, but the rookie Bailey Zappi has been playing pretty well. Mac Jones is coming off a high ankle sprain, so you wonder with him being limited in practice all week if he's actually 100%. If he's not 100%, and they are, positive about the way that Zappi's performed, maybe you keep going with him and you wait till Mac Jones is actually 100% before you make a call on the quarterback position for the Patriots.
What's the likelihood we see two quarterbacks from the Patriots, if whether it's injury or maybe by design? Do you think that is something you can see from the Patriots? They have an unconventional approach to their offense. Maybe we see two quarterbacks tonight?
I don't think so. And if the Bears do, I mean, it's not like one guy's got a drastically different skill set from the other guys. So I don't think that would change anything that Allen Williams or those guys are doing. The Bears are going to have to stop the run. I think you look at what issues they've had on defense this year, and you figure Belichick and his staff get together looking at it. And I'm just wondering, if they're thinking about feeding the ball to Ramondre Stevenson and Damian Harris, who's back this week after a hamstring injury. Is he thinking, 40 handoffs to these guys, or continue doing it until they stop them? I don't know, but the Bears have got to stop the run. You're playing a young quarterback, whether it's Zappi or Mac Jones. You have to stop the run to put that guy in some uncomfortable situations where your defense has a chance to maybe steal one and get the offense some positive field position.
Who should scare them more? Ramondre Stevenson, I believe he's had 200 yards plus in the last two games, or as you mentioned, Damian Harris coming back.
I would think Stevenson would scare him a little bit more, and I know that the left tackle Trent Brown will scare them because he is. I don't care who's running behind him. Trent Brown can swallow up defensive players and create big holes for running backs. So the Bears are going to need to be stout at the point of attack here, and hope that New England continues to bog down in the red zone, which they've obviously been working on to improve that.
If N'Keal Harry plays a prominent role in the offense, or even any role at all, whose expense does it come at? Who will suffer or will not be used as much as maybe previously? I know Smith-Marsette is gone, but is there anybody else whose snaps will be limited because of Harry's presence?
Yeah, I don't know about that because Smith-Marsette was actually on the field, if you go over the previous two games, nearly 40% of the time. So you've got a chunk of snaps that need to be divided there. Obviously, it doesn't necessarily have to go to a wide receiver. They could use more heavy packages with tight ends or fullbacks, but you think the majority of those snaps that Smith-Marsette have will go to a wide receiver, and I would think it would be N'Keal Harry. So it's going to be really interesting to see what he can do. Can he become that possession guy that they've been lacking, right? Can he become that comfortable target for Justin Fields so they can extend drives, move the chains, get the ball downfield? Darnell Mooney leads the Bears with 17 receptions. Cole Kmet and David Montgomery have 10 apiece. The next for a wide receiver is Equanimeous St. Brown with 6 catches, guys. I don't have to do the math for you. That means their number 2 wide receiver is on pace to have 17 receptions this season.
Wow. I'm curious to know if Bill will attack a particular member of the offensive line, if Bill plans to throw the ball at a particular member of the secondary, how their game plan unfolds and what it tells you about what are the believed weaknesses of the Bears.
Yeah, well, obviously, Braxton Jones has struggled against power this season at left tackle. I would think that what they'll likely want to do is kind of mix it up so the Bears aren't sure who's going to be where from snap to snap and kind of go at it that way. They've got Matthew Judon, who's in his second season after signing a free agent deal from the Baltimore Ravens. Now, Judon he was like a fifth-round pick in Baltimore, either fifth or sixth. I'm pretty sure it was fifth, guys, who they drafted after they lost Pernell McPhee in free agency to the Bears. Similar type players, right? These bigger linebackers that can rush the passer. Judon has been healthier to this point in his career than McPhee was, and while he's not this elite pass rusher, he's got 6 sacks to lead the Patriots. I think they've got 17 as a team, and they can kind of move him all over the place. So he's a guy they're going to have to account for and watch out for, and I don't think New England will simply leave him in one space. In terms of throwing at somebody in the secondary, Jalen Johnson's been mighty good this season, so I would imagine that everyone else is going to need to be on their toes.
So what's your pick, Brad?
Guys, if I knew the weather was going to be this dreary, I probably would have gone with something a little bit lower in terms of the point total. But I had New England winning this game 27-17, and 17's right about where the Bears have been all season long. Hopefully, they can keep some drives alive, sustain some things, and they've got to find a way to be balanced offensively. And if they can do that, even if they lose a relatively close game, I think you'd have to view it as a step in the right direction, considering how the offense has played through 6 weeks.
Do you anticipate a different they've had time to go back and look and all this stuff, and they've done their little mini kind of bye-week thing here. Do you anticipate using the quarterback differently? Do you anticipate more RPOs or more? How do you think they will use Justin Fields based on what you saw against the Washington Commanders?
Well, I think they've got to find something that he's comfortable with, so something they've already been doing where they can get those quick, easy throws, right? We've seen he can make the plays down the field. They need those quick and easy throws. If it's 4 yards on 2nd and 6, great. You're in 3rd and 2. You can pull that off. They've got to get Kmet more involved. His targets are at about half of what they were a year ago, and I don't think there's the expectation that Cole Kmet's going to become this dynamic, pass-catching tight end in the mold of a Kelsey or somebody like that. But you know what? He can be a productive chain mover in this offense, and he can also be a red zone target. So that they've got to find some stuff that's been in the playbook that they haven't gotten to enough, and see if they can make it work, because Fields is averaging 10.5 completions a game, guys. I mean, that's unacceptably low, and it's not all on him. It starts with the coaches, the quarterback, the protection, obviously, the skill position guys, and Eberflus kind of leaned on that this week. Whenever he got questions about Fields and his performance, it was all 11. You're getting these answers that really tell you nothing. Well, let's see if with 11 days in between games, those 11 can be a little bit better collectively.
All right, Bigsy, thank you, buddy. Great stuff. Look forward to following you tonight and talking to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Brad.
Have a great day, guys.